Oh, this is Daryl Mart with ApexInvesting.com, and this is another series in Be the Sniper or Be the Target. It's your choice as a trader which one you are, and if you're not making the choice, you're the target. So you definitely want to make that choice today, okay? And as with anything in trading, I have to have a risk disclaimer. There's risk involved in trading. Know what you're doing before you do it, etc. Read the disclaimers in full, okay? So check them out on our website. We have a whole bunch of them. So, anybody who's new, make sure you hop on apexinvesting.com/bootcamp to get free access to our trading room and our training and our trading tools. Step by step, whether you're brand new to trading and have never done it before, or whether you've been around for a long time. And you can just check out the testimonial videos we have on YouTube, and you'll see a variety of traders and doing very well. Ones that come from backgrounds where they've been doing this for 50 years. Ones that have been doing it literally just started. So check it out at apexinvesting.com/bootcamp. And if you want to get an edge on your trading, check out our automation tool, which is absolutely fantastic and helps out a ton, especially in these fast markets. Now, today we're going to go into a trade-by-trade walkthrough, but I wanted to stop for a second and address an announcement the CME just made, okay? And a couple things. One, I put up a video on YouTube, and it's also on the Sniper page under the webinar section, where I talk about what circuit breakers are and how they work and what they do to the markets, okay? So if you haven't watched that video, this is a time you should watch that video. I actually started trading during the financial crisis, 2007, 2008. So this is where I jumped in the deep end of the pool. So I'm loving this market environment. We're rocking it in it. We rocked it before it was like this, when it was flat, volatile, up, down, and absolutely crazy. And but you need to know what circuit breakers are and how they work. So make sure you go back and watch that video, okay? The second thing is the CME announced today that they're closing the trading floor on Friday. Have y'all heard that yet? So, a lot of y'all already have. Okay. All right, so that's good. They're closing it. Now, people are going, does that mean no futures trading? What does that mean? Oh my gosh. Okay. So apparently the market just heard me say that because it just dropped like 50 points. So what does that mean? It means that basically the SPOOs, which are the full contracts, not the E-minis, and that the VIX futures, which are pretty much the two only really markets that are traded on the floor these days, are not going to be traded. They're going to have a conference on Thursday to talk about what they're going to do about markets that are not traded electronically, that are traded on the floor, and they'll let people know about that on Thursday. It accounts for less than 0.5% of the volume in futures. Okay? So the floors for the futures markets almost don't even exist anymore. Like, it's empty. I've been down there. I've walked around on the floors. I have a friend that works down there. Like, there's barely anything there. Okay? So this doesn't mean that there's no futures trading. Okay? Does everybody understand that? Like, so don't let it, get you all fearful and wondering what's going to happen. And it's a very small percentage of the market. Okay? So, all right. Now that we got everybody straight on that, let's go ahead and let's dive into, we're going to talk about fast markets. Do we have some fast markets happening right now? I mean, we literally the NASDAQ dropped 100 points in the last 2 minutes. Would y'all say we have fast markets? Yeah. Okay. Are your orders getting skipped? Whether you trace them manually or you place them with the automated trader, are you seeing that orders are getting skipped? Sometimes. Yeah, not all the time, but sometimes. You're seeing it. And that can be frustrating. And I don't want you... I actually had a trader, George was his name. I hope you didn't mind me sharing that. But we were talking about it, and he was talking about how, he missed an order, and then he went and he just placed an order because he wanted to, he's mad that he missed out on the money. And then all of a sudden he lost that order, and then he started revenge trading. Can anybody relate to that? Missing out on a profit and then placing a bad trade that loses, of course. And then you just start revenge trading, and it's just one big downward spiral. Yeah, I mean, everybody is saying yes, 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 yes. Okay? So I want to bring that up so everybody knows that's normal to feel that way, okay? So what you want to do is go, I'm going to miss orders. It's a fast market. I'm going to want to place another trade because I missed out on that one because I don't like missing out on 100-point moves, okay? And then what's probably going to happen is I'm going to lose on that trade. And then I'm going to want a revenge trade. So what am I going to do when that happens? I'm going to say, you know what? Orders get skipped. Trades get missed. And I'm going to have to be okay with that and just catch the next one. Okay? Like, you literally have to talk your emotions out before your emotions happen to say, this is going to happen. This is going to be my emotional response if I'm not aware of it. The only way, you can't get rid of emotion. The only way you're going to get good at getting over it and moving on is if you acknowledge it. So that way, when the emotion happens, you're like, oh yeah, I remember this. I said this was going to happen, and this is what I was going to want to do, and I'm not going to do it. I'm going to be patient and wait for the next one. It's simple advice, but it's really powerful. Any area in psychology you're having an issue, and I have a whole course on this called Mind Mastery, where you're having an issue, the heart of it is identifying the issue, getting all the way down to it. Because he's like, yeah, I'm down. I'm like, well, why are you down? It's like, well, I'm making bad trades. I'm like, why are you making bad trades? Well, because I'm revenge trading. I'm like, why are you revenge trading? Well, I placed a trade that was stupid. Well, why'd you do that? Because I missed an order. It all came back to missing the order, and then the tumbling effect from that. So we had to trace it all the way back to the root cause, and then identify it and how to impact it, okay? So that, I mean, is some of the best advice I can give you in trading is acknowledge how you feel, why you're doing what you're doing, recognize it, and then tell yourself that every day, and eventually you'll just get over it. But to begin with, you got to be very aware of it. You got to be very self-aware. So, yeah, and it can even happen when the market's too slow. It's like, I just won an order. I'm so annoyed. I'm not getting anything, okay? So what about long load times? Anybody having long load times? It feels like your Ninja is just stuck and not loading? You're like, my Ninja's broken. Something's not happening. It must be the toolkit. Something is just up, okay? All right, I want to let you know right now, I have a beast of a trading computer, okay? I mean, it has a 44,000 benchmark. It has 256 gigabytes of RAM. It has the fastest processor chip that you can actually buy. I mean, it is everything that you would want in a trading computer. And it takes me a while to load charts. Okay? So, what do you do about it? Because if it's taking me forever, how long is it going to take you if you don't have a beast? Okay? Well, a couple things. One is only load a maximum of 3 days. You can even choose to only load 1 day of data. All right? 2. So 1, change your data load, and what you do is you pull up a chart. Let me grab one. I'll show you how to do this. You right-click on it. You go down here to data series. You can change your days to load. You can change it to 3, you can change it to 2. You can even change it to 1 if you wanted to. Okay? All right. 3 is take off expected volume. So if you have it on there, you just go to your chart, right-click on it, go to indicators. You'll find expected volume down here somewhere. You click on it, and you click remove and click OK. Let your chart take forever to load again. It will load faster going forward. And then save your workspace. Under File, Save Workspace. Okay? So less days, no expected volume, because who cares what the expected volume is right now? It's through the roof. It's 3, 4, 5,000 times what it should be. Okay? So take those things off. They will help you immensely. Less charts means much faster load time. If you're trying to load 3, 4, 5, 10 charts, you may want to reconsider and go down to maybe like 2. Like maybe micro and a mini. Or 2 minis or something like that. Okay? So that's my third piece of advice. My fourth piece of advice is you may want to switch on over to ES. ES has been giving great... Have you noticed that there hasn't been a lot of exhaustion on NASDAQ lately? For those of you who've been trading NASDAQ. Have you noticed there hadn't been a lot of Xboxes? Okay. Well, ES has had a lot of Xboxes. So, and a lot of good trades. Now, normally, personally, I hate ES. Okay? And, you know, Douglas is saying MES has been great, which is the micro ES. Okay? And I got Vin saying ES was amazing today. All right? It doesn't have near as many ticks in it. It doesn't move near as far as NQ, but it moves plenty far enough for you to get your 3 and done. Okay? Now, normally it moves so slow, I feel like paint's drying, but during these insanely volatile times, switch on over to ES or micro ES, okay? Got Doug saying, making bank on ES this week is my best week ever, and I've mostly been trading ES. So with that said, would y'all like to know what the settings for ES are for those of you who haven't been trading that and have been stuck on NQ? All right, so let's talk about the settings, okay? The bar size should be 8, or the brick size, okay? Instead of 10 like we have on NQ, you make it 8. Okay? The stop loss is 17, and the take profit is 7. So instead of like 21 and 9, we have 17 and 7, because we have a smaller bar. Okay? Now, some of you are going, well, ES ticks at, and I don't know if y'all know this, it ticks in quarters just like NQ, but NQ is $5 a tick. ES is $12.50 a tick. Did y'all know that? That might be a little bit too rich for some of you. Okay? Well, micro ES is $1.25 a tick. So how many micro ES contracts do you need to trade to equal $5 a tick? There we go. 4 contracts. There you go. So it's 4 contracts. So $4 plus 4 quarters, $5. All right. So 4 contracts would equal $5 a tick, and the commission is about $1. Okay, round turn on them. And they have, so which means it equals about $4, which is about the same amount it takes for an ES contract, because ES being $1.25 instead of 50 cents like MNQ, you pay the same commission whether you're trading ES at $1.25 or MNQ at 50 cents. So you're actually getting a better commission to tick ratio. And I do not change my take profit or stop loss based on my template that I use. I just adjust it if I need to, based on my fill. So 17 to 7 is what I use. Now there's one other setting that's really important. Okay? You go to institutional order prints and then go to block orders and set the block size set to 250. Now this is only on ES. You do not need to do it on micro ES. So what you do is you right click on your chart, go to indicators, find institutional order prints, and then scroll way up. There'll be an alphabetical order. You go down to block orders and you change the block size to 250 and you click OK. Otherwise your screen is going to be painted red and green. The margin on okay, I'll get that in a second. So margin on ES is, depending on your broker, $300 to $500. Okay. Now they can of course change that and increase it like they did yesterday. They bumped it up to, or the day before was it? One of those days. They went to 5 times the margin, and then they went to 2 times the margin. They went back to normal. So that can happen. So just be aware. Now, micro ES is $100 margin per contract. Okay? At most brokers. So bar tick size is 8, the stop loss is 17, the take profit is 7. Okay? Everybody got it? And you don't change the block orders on micro ES. So is everybody with me on what the settings are for ES and micro ES? All right, and then again, don't change them on ES. I meant to take that off of that second slide. I just copied it. So you know what? I'll go right here and I will delete it. There you go. We got it. Okay, so y'all ready for some chart review? All right, so let's pull this up over here. So this is my ES chart, okay? I've made $2,000 in my performance. This is one of the funded accounts, by the way. Funded with $300,000. If you want to learn how to get funded as a trader, make sure to register for our webinar. If you can post that webinar in the chat thing, John. But it's also on the Sniper page. We're having that webinar in less than 2 weeks. I'm going to show you not only to get funded, who to choose, who not to choose, and how to actually pass the test. Oh, by the way, MES is $50. It's not $100. I misspoke. It's $50. So it's only a $50 margin. So it makes sense. It's 10th the size. Thank you, Marion. All right, let's scroll back. I'm not going to use the mouse wheel. It'll take forever because there's a lot of bars on this chart. Okay. So as you can see, I'm up $2,000 since the close for tonight's trading. All right, so we're going to do a walkthrough. We don't enter trades 5 minutes before or 5 minutes after the market opens. Okay? And do y'all see this market coming down to this area right here? Double mini magnets. It's oscillated right here quite a bit. This is a trade you may or may not have taken. I would have taken it. It has a X box, which is that green block right there. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Make it easier to see. So that green block right there with a trapped order inside, a paw print. So it said, why would I take this trade? Who knows what this is called? It's called an enhanced X box. Yeah, that's when we have a paw print or a mini magnet print on a trapped X box, and that paw print or mini magnet is within 2 ticks of another level, such as a paw print, a mini magnet, a ZOI, or a I block, then I can take the trade regardless of DR. So if you're using the auto trader, and I had it turned to short before this, like short, and then I saw an ETX form, and let's say I had my filter on, okay? Then I'd go to long, and I'd turn the filter off. I'd allow it to do both, because I want the filter off, so that way it'll still take the trade with DR being red. If you're using the automation tool to automatically enter you on the trade. Yeah, you thought it was a trick question, but it was not. Okay? In that trade, we would have went up 1, 2 bars. Second bar, we would have taken profit. So, does everybody see that trade? Xbox, trapped order inside, the blue thing with a paw print within 2 ticks of the magnet. Very simple, right? So first trade out of the day, out of the gate, a winner. Okay? So now let's see if we can find another trapped X box. Here we go. We got a trapped X box right here. Now, you may not have taken this trade. I would have taken this trade. Why would I have taken this trade? Not just the ZOI is good. We got the paw print there. That gives me confidence on it. But yeah, we have a resistance level right there. And we have weakness over and over and over again. Something I've noticed is when you get multiple exhaustion boxes in a row, usually by that third one, you're going to take off. Okay? So it's basically saying it's exhausted, it's exhausted, it's exhausted. That's the red X box there, exhaustion box. Trapped order inside of it, coming off of resistance. We got a paw print and a ZOI. We can't seem to break through. There's a mini magnet right up there. We're going to go short, one tick below, set our stop right here, and we're going to take profit 1, 2 bars later. Okay? So that was our second X box of the day, and it was profitable. Okay? All right, now we got another X box right here. This X box is an ETX. The cluster setting is 250. So it's an ETX. You got all these mini magnets, all that. And we're going to look at the winners and the losers, okay? So you put a take profit right here. We got our stop right here. I would put it right behind, by the way, behind this paw print. Okay? Instead of one tick there, I'd put it one tick below this paw print. And we got hit on the trade. Now, how could you have taken less of a loss on the trade? You could say, well, there was a reversal X box on it. But, and I'm trying to walk you through like everything that I see. Do you see this stack in the way? Mini magnet, paw, paw. Would you have wanted to take that short even if we didn't have that enhanced X box? Would that have been a good trade to take short? No. With all those obstructions, don't take the trade. If you got 3 obstructions of anything on a naked X box or 3 OP obstructions on an enhanced X box, you don't take the trade. And obstructions are just, the levels that are for a naked X box, which means it's not enhanced, which means it doesn't have a par mini magnet with another par mini magnet or I block or I zone within 2 ticks, then take the trade. So, now, would y'all have taken this trade? I mean, just backing it up, would you have taken it? Because I want to get you into something that you're not seeing. How many of you say, anybody say no? And do you have a reason, as of this point? Well, you can take an enhanced X box against DR. That's okay. That's within the rules. So Eric got it, Cameron got it, Wanda got it, Norm got it. Oh, I go against DR all the time. See, Abdul got it. There we go. Mario got it. So, for those of you who said yes, you would take the trade, because I want to go forward and backward with you a little bit, okay? You shouldn't have taken the trade. And you shouldn't have taken the short either, because of I don't want to give it away, because of the stuff that was in the way. Why would you not have taken that trade? What would have told you to not take it? Yeah, y'all heard me. I accidentally let the cat out of the bag. clusters. If you get 2 clusters within 3 bars, you don't take the next setup. You can change the color of the clusters to any color you want to. Okay? So you see how important those are? Enhanced trades we love, but double clusters don't take the next trade. And you say, not fair, I didn't see the clusters, James. It happens, right? So anytime you're looking for a trade, not only are you looking for obstructions, but you need to put clusters in there as a obstruction. Like when you're looking for obstructions, you're also looking for double clusters. So make that part of your looking for obstructions and looking for double clusters. I highly recommend, out of all the alerts, I know you may not turn them all on, out of all the alerts, turn on the double cluster alert. The way that you do that is you go to institutional order prints, you go up to clusters, big volume clusters, and then you can expand this out to make it more readable. Volume alert on double clusters, okay? Or sorry, yeah, voice alert on double clusters. Notice how I have that set to true. So turn those on to help you not miss them. Okay? So if they're not on, turn them on. If you're not sure, turn them on. Yeah, I mean, if you want to make them fuchsia or whatever color you want to make them, you can change the color of them right here. So whatever works best for you. You're welcome to change the colors. Don't mess with the settings, but change the colors to whatever works best for you. Yeah, that one tip will save you a lot of money. And that, of course, is a rule, right? Isn't that a rule that we teach over and over again? No trade on double clusters. No trade on blocks. So this one would have lost, but again, it's a 50-50, right? When those double clusters show up. When you got those obstructions, it's a 50-50. We don't want to trade possibilities. That's gambling. We want to trade probabilities. That's trading well. So yeah, the next one won. It wasn't worth taking that loss. Right? So avoid the 50-50 trades. Let's go for the 80-90% trades, okay? So far, following the rules, we've won the first 2. We avoided 1 loss. Yes, it gives you plenty of time because all you got to do, so let's say you're in here and you're short, right? So you go over here. 1, you would have had short on, wouldn't you? Because you would have been in DR. 2, you're about to turn the long on because you see that you have an enhanced Xbox. But there's no obstructions except for there are double clusters, so I'm not even going to turn on the long. That's why I don't leave both on. And I'm not going to turn the filter off. I'm going to leave my short on with my filter on. Now, if this went really fast, like right here, that gave you 6 seconds to where you could have, flipped it off. So this one would have won. You've only avoided 1 loss, and you avoided 1 win. But you've got 2 wins so far with high probability. But you do got to be paying attention, right? All right, so we got another arrow coming up. Let's back up a little. There we go. All right, so do we... Let's see if I can make this do 1 bar. There we go. Do we take this long trade? We got an Xbox. It's on a paw print with a trapped order. Do we take that trade? Okay, so we didn't... Somebody asked again. I want to go back and make sure you got it. The reason we didn't take the long trade is because there was 2 clusters within 3 bars. The reason we didn't take the short trade is because there was 3 obstructions in the way. Okay? But again, 2 of these yellow blocks right here within 3 bars, you don't take the next trade that pops up. Unless it blows like way past them. Like it's come way down here and you're out of the range, then fine. But don't take a trade within that range of 2 clusters. All right, so neck and X box. We do not trade against the trend, so we don't take the trade. Okay? Goes up 1 bar. Turns around, would have been a losing trade. Are we glad we didn't take it? Because again, on a neck and X box, we only trade with DR. Has to be red on that bar and the bar before. And the auto trader would have not taken that trade because you would have had short on. Even if you had long on, it still wouldn't have taken it because if you had the filter on, it would make sure that this DR and this DR are both red. Okay? I would not say there's DR divergence because you actually have a hill right here. Coming up, coming up, coming up. That hill is the same height as that hill. You got to look at every hill in between. So it hadn't quite dropped off till it's too late. You have to be zoomed in. If I have to zoom in like that, I'm not taking the trade. Now, from y'all's experience, what is best? OD divergence or DR divergence? Yeah, OD is definitely better. Okay, DR comes in great in slower markets. But OD in these faster markets, much more important. All right, and we want ideally a 50% difference, but not higher than 80%. At most. And 10% or 1% is great. So 50% or less, but has to be lower than 80%. All right, so now we have a long X box right here with a mini magnet, with a paw print, on a ZOI. So it's enhanced X box. And we have DR, divergence. But we also have OD divergence, 10,000 versus 17,000. Do we take that trade? Do we go long? Are there any clusters in the way? Nope. Just one. One doesn't matter. It's only when there's 2. All right, so deal. Yes, we take the trade. Trade is profitable. Boom, boom. And you got a low volume score. Part of a setup 4. Even better. Okay? So now you've won 3 trades. By the way, you did that in the first 6 minutes of the day. What should you do now? We don't use minutes. We don't use hours. I don't think there is any validity to having a bar form a new bar just because the Earth rotated a few degrees. Right? Because that's what time is. Our bars are based on market movement, not time. Go to sleep, walk away, turn off the computer, go play golf, go to sim. Here's a tip for you. Okay? One that I have to do. When you hit it, okay? Go to File, Global Simulation Mode, and I'll go ahead and do it. Boom. Now everything is in sim. Okay? So that puts you in sim, so if you want to keep trading to practice, you're in sim now. If you want to use your computer for other things, then just bring open your basic workspace, your easy open workspace. Okay? This is really important. This is how you get to $250,000 a year. Stopping at 3. Yes, there are days where you would won 10 in a row. There will be days where you give it all back many times. So if you're already in Sim, then set up a second Sim account. Okay? And the way that you do that, I don't know if you can in the free key or not. But you can go to Account Connections. Oh, whoops. There's Judah's account. My son, he's 7. He trades too. Tools Options. And then you can go to Simulator Accounts. And you can make one called like Sim 2. You hit save, and when you restart Ninja, there'll be a Sim 2 account. I'm not sure if that's in the free version. It may be. But anyways, that's how you get there. Tools, Options, Simulator, Accounts. So you can switch over. If you're going to keep trading and you're in Sim, okay, then make a very mental note that I am done and this is for practice. It doesn't matter. Okay? But you got to get good at 3 and done. Okay? I mean, how many of y'all would like to get funded with 50 grand or 300 grand and not have to take the risk on the trades? Like, seriously, like $50,000. So if I told you that one of my friends would give you $50,000 and all you had to do is prove that you could get your 3 and done over a course of 2 to 3 weeks, that they would allow you to do that, and they'd let you keep the first portion of the profits, then 80%, and then 90% of your profits. And they would take all the risk. Would you be okay with that? Okay, so in, like I said, less than 2 weeks, I'm going to teach you exactly how to do that. So your job between now and 2 weeks is to do 3 and done. John, if you can post that webinar link out for them to get set up. That's your job right there. And you're done in 6 minutes. I don't care what you have to do. Walk away. Go outside. Take your kid to the zoo. Go back to sleep. Go play golf. It is definitely not top step trading. I do not like them. For many reasons. They have too many rules made to make you fail. And I will go into all the details. And you can use the trading assistant. I'll go into all the details in 2 weeks. But right now, I want you to be ready for that exam. So your job over the next 2 weeks is to get your 3 and done, okay? All right, y'all want to go through some more practice here? I mean, we're done, but maybe you started at 9:40, okay? Does that sound good? All right. So you should be done already. So whatever happens now is your fault. Okay? So we're looking for an Xbox. All right, we got an Xbox. Has a paw print on it. That's 50. 2806. 2807. Yeah, so that's definitely more than 2 ticks away. Do we take that trade? No, is what I'm hearing. I agree. No. It may win. I don't care. It's not with the rules. It's not enhanced trapped Xbox. And look at this. Well, you only have 2 mini magnets. You need technically 3 in the way. But I mean, you did lay a lot of mini magnets right there. But only 2 wouldn't stop me from trading it. But it's a naked Xbox going against the trend. So it'd need to be 3 in the way. See, that one doesn't count because it's not in the way. You'd be entering below it. So that one doesn't count as a stack. But double mini magnets do count as a stack, and those are both mini magnets. Triple dipper is never an obstacle. Trade might have won to the tick, not sure, but a little too close for comfort. All right, we're glad we didn't take that one. All right. All right, so we got another trapped Xbox. Do we take it? I mean, we have 1 mini magnet in the way. That's not a big deal. We only have 1 cluster. But we're going against the trend. We're going against DR. So the answer should be no. Do not take the trade. DR is red. It's a naked Xbox. Don't go against it. And you're glad you didn't. You followed the rules. So you now saved yourself 2 losses by following the rules. 3 total for the day that we talked about. All right, we got another naked Xbox. Do we take it? It's against the trend. All right, so do y'all want a tip that I'm really shy to share with you? This is a Daryl rule. You need to look at it yourself and see if you want to do it. I don't teach it in the training, okay? In the normal training that we have. But I ignore double clusters when I have OD divergence. Yep. When I have OD divergence in these fast markets, let me put that on there. In these fast markets, when I have OD divergence, I ignore double clusters. Okay? And it's pretty close to 50%, which is what I like. And it's also close to the price, which I like. And it's coming off all these mini magnets that it looks like it's just doing a false breakthrough. Let's see if I'm right. And it won. Okay? So that's a personal rule that I use in fast markets. So when I see 2 double clusters and I see divergence, this number is 11,000, this number is 6585, while the market's making a lower low. So we're going a lower low, but with less volume, almost half the volume, then we can take the trade the other direction. Gino, I can't really explain what all the dots and squares and everything mean, but I do have a video that explains them all. So it's called Understanding the Charts, and it has 2 videos that explain every single thing on the chart. It's just bigger than the scope of this webinar. But it is like in sections 1 through 8, there's a section that says Understand the Charts, and I lay out every single piece for you, piece by piece. If you have a question on it, let me know, okay? But I want to get through as many examples tonight as possible for y'all. So, question here, Bobby. When I see the DR change, is that when I change my trade assistant? Yes. So here's what would happen. Okay? You'd have short on. You get an Xbox. You see there is divergence. Take off your filter, turn on your long. Because you can still take shorts. and that'll allow it to take the trade. And did you have time to do that? Well, 9:47:42, 9:47:47, you had about 5 seconds. So here's the question, is can you do that in 5 seconds? There was not a lot of mini magnets in my way. There was one mini magnet in my way. I got one mini magnet. I don't care about one. I care about 3. Or 2 if it's mini magnets. So it's between here and where I'm taking profit, not here and all the way to the moon. So the green in the middle would matter for DR divergence, okay, for this indicator down here at the bottom. But I'm looking at OD divergence. So the OD isn't impacted by any of these colors. 11,000 versus 6,500. And the only time that I will violate the double cluster rule is in fast markets with OD divergence close to 50%. How do I keep the TA up all the time? I mean, I just click, 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 click. That's it. And that's why I also turned on the Xbox alerts so I pay attention. So I want to say under trapped orders, you can turn on reversal Xbox alerts. All right. So that one won. There we go. Money in the pocket. Okay, right here. Do we take this trade? We got a Xbox. We have one cluster. We have a trapped order. We have a paw print within 2 ticks of a mini magnet. What is that called? Yes, this is an enhanced Xbox, so you can take the trade. Now, here's the thing, is you got to turn off the filter because the previous DR wasn't green, or it won't take the trade. Okay? Because this DR has to be red, that DR has to be red for the filter. So you turn the filter off because you can go against the DR on an enhanced Xbox. All right, let me scroll back up, but there's a few questions. I want to make sure I get them all. Let's see here. What if you just leave long and short on with the filter? If you see ODDR, just turn off. Then your long will trigger. You can do that if you want to. But it also may trigger a trade like that one where it went up, down real quick. And you can get double triggered. So, I mean, guys, it's not hard to click, 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 click. And that's all you're jockeying 3 keys. So the reason I take the filter off is because the filter will make this bar be red and this bar be red, or it won't take a short trade. But since it's an enhanced trade, I got to turn the filter off to allow it to place the short order. I wouldn't leave a long on because I have no reason to take a long trade when I have that filter off. It's more of a downward range. I wouldn't really call it a range-bound trade. Yeah, OD is the big numbers at the bottom or at the top. So the top when you're going in an uptrend, the bottom when you're going in a downtrend. Low, and you have to have a lower low with lower numbers, or a higher high, like right here. That's a divergence. A higher high with a lower number. Okay? So, winning trade. All right? So 2 winning trades in a row. Boom, boom. Within just a couple minutes. All right, now we got a short with a mini magnet and a paw print and a ZOI with the DR. We got a paw and a ZOI in our way. Do we take the trade? Oops. Let me get my question scroll box over here because I scrolled down. Yep, because you need 3 obstructions. So let's see, how does it work out? Oh, it got us. Okay. 1 bar whipsaws. It happens. Okay, so you're up 2, down 1. You're basically right at break even. Because you didn't stop. Is that okay? Is it okay to have a loss? Does it suck to have a loss? Yeah, but here's something I want to point out to you. If you trade by the rules, the system just had a bad trade. Okay? If you trade by the rules, the system just had a bad trade. If you just place a trade, you have to be right. Does that make sense? If you just place a trade, then you're going to want to be right. Blue line, you would have taken profit before the blue line. I don't worry about 1 and 2 bar pullbacks. It was a question somebody asked about pullbacks, which I don't worry about. But does that make sense to y'all? Like, if you place the trade, you got to be right about the trade. But if the system places the trade, then it's a lot easier to follow the rules. So let the system have a losing trade versus you have a losing trade, and you don't have to stick with it. Okay? All right. So you want to do just a few more? Got about 5 more minutes left here. To adjust block size, you just right click on the chart. You go to data series. You change it right there to 8. Oh, you don't change the block size on MES. So the institutional block orders you're not going to change on MES. Okay? All right. So right here we got along with the R, trapped X box, do we take the trade? Got a ZOI, got a paw in the way, making it a little tricky. Hold on a second, I have a trade on. Couldn't resist. Okay, so what do we do on this trade? We go into it because it goes with it, right? Goes with the trend. Exactly. Good job. And the trade was profitable. Okay? And you could take profit before the paw. In these fast markets, I wouldn't be as worried about it. All right. Well, we got a short here. Trapped X box with the mini magnet. Do we take the trade? If you say yes, why do you say yes? You got 5,245 versus 4,157. No, there's no divergence. You made higher highs. DR is making higher. Everything's making higher highs. So no divergence. So you don't take the trade. It's not a range. You're not ranging. Now, we don't have ES walls, but we are teaching how to do walls at the live event. But yeah, the answer is no. There's no reason to do that trade. Let's see, can we get the indicator that prints the dots in the future letting us know it's going down? Oh, we are working on one for the automation of that. for the triple dipper. We are working on a triple dipper automation. Yeah, it's against the trend. The trade worked, but we don't take it. I don't care if it worked. I care, does it follow the rules? Okay? Sorry, I'm going to adjust my stops. I've been writing this thing down during the webinar. Multitasking. The take profit is not 17, the stop loss is 17. Everything's moving. So do y'all remember what my P&L was at the beginning of the webinar? About $2,000, right? Well, while I've been talking to you, I made another 8. Not too shabby. All right. Do y'all like these walkthrough webinars? Yep, I was trailing it down, down, down. Yep, I trail manually. So do you want me to do more of the walkthroughs? Would that be like probably one of the most useful things we could do going forward? Because it seems like y'all are getting a lot out of them. And y'all realize we just went through 45 minutes of the day. But it helps clear. I think what it does, it helps clarify misconceptions or things that you think you know but you don't know. Do most people like air? All right, so what I'm going to ask you, one, is we have an announcement, okay? We have a contest winner. As y'all know, every month I give away free access. All right? So, what the contest was if you upload a video, okay? And I can give you the link for that if you want to be in the next one. But I'm about to give somebody 3 months of elite access, okay, that has uploaded a video talking about just their experience trading, their experience with Apex. That's it. Nothing super fancy or special. Could be 30 seconds. Could be 5 minutes, you know. And I just ask people just to share because, you know, I can say stuff all the time. I mean, I just showed you I made 10 grand. I made 8 grand while we were on the webinar. How many people you've seen do that before? Talking on a webinar and trading for that. But if y'all will do this, then I'll enter and I'll do another 3-month giveaway. Okay? So right there is the link. So copy that link and like email it to your phone or whatever. And just upload a video of your experience with Apex, and we'll do a drawing. All right, so y'all ready for tonight's winner? It is Sharif. The one and only has won 3 months of elite access. And he did a great job. And by the way, if you enter, like if you put a video in and you've already done a video, you're eligible for the next drawing also. Yeah, why do you think I took a profit? I figured we were about it. Let's check out what the circuit breakers are before we wrap this thing up. But Sharif Sayed put in a video. He put it in on February 19th, and he has just won 3 months of access. So let's do a little circuit breaker thing. Here, first we'll do that. So again, upload your video, 30 seconds to 5-minute max. Post it on Facebook. Join our Facebook Apex group, okay? Like and share post on the public page. You can't share them in the group anyway. But on the public page, like and share post. And that also enters you, and post in the forum. Okay, so that enters you for a monthly giveaway. And in 2 weeks, I'm going to give a month away. All right? On the next webinar, I'm going to give a month away based on people posting, liking, sharing on Facebook and in our You Can Do This section in the forum. Okay? But yeah, pretty sure we just hit the circuit breaker, and I had that drone, and that's why I was like, I need to get out. And so I literally took profit like right before the circuit breaker. Because I didn't want to get stuck in case it flew up 100 points. So, let's see, what are the circuit breakers? CME group. Circuit breaker. I don't want educational videos. I have the educational video. It can go back up, by the way, at night. And I taught you this in the video. Let's see, actually, I put this up on YouTube, Apex Investing, Circuit Breakers. Remember I said at the very beginning of the video that you would need to watch this video? So, as you can see, the market is not going to make any more lows until 9:30. But, let's see here. Price limits. And then we're going to go down to equity limits. And we're going to have to find the E-mini NASDAQ. One, not the micros, but the actual. I'm showing you how to find them live yourself. There's the Russell. Here we go. E-mini NASDAQ, NQ, H0. If you don't know what the symbols are, you can type in Apex Investing Future Month Codes. And a page will pop up that tells you what the future month codes are. So it says like H is March, like right here. Okay? But it basically says that the E-mini NASDAQ can go down to 76. Oh no, that's the other one. No, 760150. That's interesting. Oh, 760150. Okay, there we go. So go to 76 because they don't have the decimal. So 7601.5. So yeah, that was definitely good timing on taking that profit. If I can bring this over here, I can show you. $76.0150 is the low. So it can come down to that, but it can't go any lower. It can go higher, but they will not fill a single trade lower than 76.0150 until 9:30 a.m., where it could gap down, which is what happened the other day. All right, so do y'all see how I found that 76.0150? It was right there. Shows you for the overnight. Here's the high, and the low can go up or down 5%. Then tomorrow it can drop down to 7, then 11, then 20%. And it doesn't pause at night. It may stay there until somebody bids it back up, but it doesn't pause. Now you can get stuck if you go in and you buy at the bottom. Okay? You can get stuck on that. Now it usually will pop up at least one more time before the European session's over, but you could also get a 100-point gap down. All right? So, like, right near circuit breakers is not the place to trade. Let's see, where did I... Let me change something. Pull this up. So I got out at 76, 19, 25. So about 20 points away. There are circuit breakers for MES and everything too. Yep. So it's on this page. Here, let me drop the YouTube video to you because it has the link to the page. Okay. Yeah, you get the circuit breaker, all right? Which means it can still go back up as many times as it wants to. It just can't go back down. So is there a time of day you don't have to worry? No, there's just a price. So just know what those prices are. Can you do this if you're a newbie? 100% yes. I mean, can you go in and can you, when I was going through those trades, were you able to see the Xbox, the red or green box with the blue thing inside of it? I mean, that's like the 101. 102 is, does it match the red or green? Then 103 is there divergence? Okay, so you don't have to take those to begin with. You can learn those as you go. 104 is there a range? And I walk you through it step by step. Okay? Let's see here. Would you, let's see, got that. I think I got everybody's questions. Yeah, just let the system do its job. Okay. Y'all got it? Did y'all get a lot out of the webinar? Let's see if there's any questions. I'm trying to make sure I got every question. I like to be very thorough on that. Yeah, I could start doing these like once a week after the event. Just walk through charts. Just to help reinforce training. Like that I'd totally be up for doing. Let's see. Got that. Okay, what is your job over the next 2 weeks? What do you want to really be trying to accomplish? If you want to move the trade assistant to the right side of the chart, there is a little cheat. Okay. Go down here under Markers Plus, where it says Trade Assistant, and I'm not going to do it because it'll make my chart take forever to load, but put a bunch of dots in there, and you can literally push it all the way over to the right side. All right, Tony? So that YouTube video has the CME link on it. And y'all want to see the ES one? Yeah, let's look at the ES one. That makes sense since we've been talking about ES all night. All right, here we go. Where you want the E mini S&P 500, not the full size S&P, not SP, but ES. It's like your micro E minis. You want the HO right now. We're about to roll over on Monday. But it goes down to 26,001. So we're down to 26.25. We may have went lower than that. We went down to about 26.07 so far. So 26.01 is the floor for the micro ES, which ought to be pretty similar on the ES. So mini S&P 500, ES H0, yeah, it's the same, 26.01. Okay? Yeah, Daniel, just call like in the afternoon and use the dial by name. Okay? I'll be happy to talk to you. Three a day. That is the goal. 3 and done, 3 and done, 3 and done, 3 and done. The ATM has no impact on the offset. So the only difference in offset is built in the advanced and non-advanced. The non-advanced has like a 0 offset, and the advanced has a 1 tick offset built into it. But you can't impact the offset from the ATM. We'll be rolled into 420 for the live event, but we'll probably be reviewing March just so we have the history. You're not going to be able to use market replay in order to qualify for funds. Yeah, I'll put out a video that says it. Like, I'll put it out Sunday night. I won't be here Friday because me and my wife have my lovely, amazing wife, have our 17-year wedding anniversary. But Sunday night, I'll put out a roll video. Okay? All right, I'll get this up on the Facebook page and on YouTube tonight. I'll have it on the website tomorrow. Okay? We'll see if we have time, Terry. I don't know if we're going to have time for that. All right, well, I'm going to wrap it up. We're already 20 minutes over. I know it's late for a lot of y'all. Some of y'all, it's not too late, but y'all have a great night. I hope you really enjoyed the webinar. You got to see me make $8,000 cash because you saw the beginning and ending balance. So that was sort of fun. You learned all about ES. We got to do reviews, and we talked about circuit breakers. So we covered a lot. We also talked about mindset on dealing with a losing trade or missing a trade in fast markets. So not too bad for an hour and 20 minutes. So, all right, awesome. Well, y'all have a great night. Don't forget, send that video or ask the help desk if you need the video link. And, be entered to win 3 months. And again, congratulations, Sharif. And yes, this is recorded. It'll be on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Apex Investing, as well as on our Facebook group and Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Apex Investing. And I'll put it on the website under webinars and under market reviews replays inside the sniper page in the training area. Okay? All right, y'all have an excellent night. Good night. Oh, and don't forget, if you're new, check out apexinvesting.com/bootcamp to sign up. apexinvesting.com/bootcamp. Good night.